Hi, kindergarten, first and second grade leaders. We are getting ready for July 15th. Today is Becca's birthday, so if you see her, tell her happy birthday. She is 15 today. 15 on the 15th, her golden birthday. Today we are talking about Paul's joy in prison. I don't know about you, but there have been many lessons in my life where I have had to choose to have joy. In other words, I have to choose that God has a bigger plan than what I see in front of me. And this last year has been a really good test of me trying to focus on joy in the last year. And I feel like I have grown, and I have seen my family grow as well, because my reaction to things has been different than it would have been even last year. So it'll be fun to teach about joy to our kids. If you have a great story to share with your small group, always feel free to share that. If it's an age-appropriate story, I trust most of you to understand what that means. But if you have an example of how you've had to find joy in some tough stuff, it's always encouraging for kids to know that you have to live these things out too. Your small group time. You have some paper, and on the paper, I'm waiting for my camera to focus a little bit better. You're going to have a kid draw some kind of something on the paper, and then they're going to take turns drawing that around the small group. Hopefully creating some amazing creation when it's all done, and talk about how sometimes all of us see a mess when things start, but God always has a plan, and we can trust God's plan is to bring us closer to Him. Then we'll move into large group, where we will play a minute to win it game, and then we will introduce how Paul found joy when he was in prison and how he wrote about that to the Philippian church. And then you will move back into small group time. And in small groups, you will have some paper. And on your paper, you're supposed to draw a smiling face and a frowning face. And then you can put those pieces of paper, and I'll have some tape for you as well, in different areas of the room. If it feels like it's a really big crowd and you don't want them to move so far away, then you can always bring those in. Maybe tape the pictures to some chairs in your area, or have kids hold up the pictures, or you can always be in control of how much space that means. You don't have to actually use the whole kid town and use the whole room, unless all of you guys want to come together and do this together as a large group. I encourage you not to. What we do in small groups is so important for kids, because this is where you get to know them better, and also where they get to know you and learn to trust you differently. All right, so after you've drawn your smiling face and your frowning face, you're going to list out some different circumstances, and kids are going to move to either smile or frown based on how they think they would react in those different circumstances. And this is where we talk about how joy is more than happiness. Joy is hope more than anything. Joy is hope that God keeps His promises, that He has good for us, that He desires for us to have a closer relationship with Him, and that's why He sent His Son Jesus for us. And so really, really good time to talk about how our emotions are, especially at these ages, hard to determine how we're feeling sometimes, or maybe for those kids who know how they're feeling, how do they tell the difference between just being really happy and excited and having that joy or that understanding of who God is? So have fun with that conversation. I can't wait to be a fly on the wall and hear some of how those conversations go with your small group. Your memory verse activity, you have a paper that has our memory verse on it. Remember, these memory verses, when we do this, it's a way to tie together everything we're learning. So by learning this memory verse, we are helping kids understand that this was Paul's attitude toward what he was facing and all of the tough stuff he was facing. And if Paul can do that, then we can definitely choose to have a different attitude as well. Then you will pray and dismiss and encourage kids to go home and talk with their family about a time that they experienced joy. Or maybe they want to go home and ask a family member about a time that their family member experienced joy. Thank you for leading. Check out our website for any information about the party. If you're still looking to find a way to be involved in the party, you can also get the Parkway app. I really encourage you to do that if you haven't done that already. If you have any questions at any time, please reach out to me. I am available most of the time. And if I'm not, I will tell you and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Have a great week.